Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome. This is your humble host, Comrade Fritz Misodi. In this special show today, please make sure you share, because today we're going to talk about this very important issue. Okay, the silence of France and Britain, the two countries, countries that were the colonial masters, the colonial masters of French Cameroon and Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia. We understand that the decolonization process of these two countries was an arrangement of its kind, because we are seeing an unfinished decolonization process that left Southern Cameroon, the only country that had plebiscite during the era of independence was Southern Cameroon. Every country had their independence, irrespective of their size, their population, their economic capacity, everything. But Southern Cameroon was not given that opportunity to be self-independence. They were instead asked to join Nigeria or join French Cameroon. Today, that haunts France and Britain. They both are powers with veto powers in the United Nations Security Council. They have powers to decide. They can say, hey, they can impose sanctions, they can do any political process to let Pobia go to renegotiation process. But they have not done that. They have not done that. What has France done? France have done nothing. What has the UK done? The UK Parliament tried to discuss this in the Parliament about the atrocities of Paul Biya, but it has not yielded any fruit. Okay, and when you see this kind of situation, then you tend to ask yourself, why should Britain and France, two countries that have the power, they have the veto power, they have the power to decide, to make decisions, to give sanctions, are silent all this while? Watch this video and we're going to come back to talk about this. This is Emmanuel Macron being asked about the situation in Southern Cameroon. Take a listen.
Monsieur le Président, Monsieur le Président, Monsieur le Président Macron, Monsieur Macron, Monsieur Macron, Monsieur Macron, Monsieur Macron, Monsieur le Président, s'il vous plaît, Monsieur le Président, j'ai une question, le Président, s'il vous plaît, Monsieur le Président, j'ai une question, s'il vous plaît. Oui, je n'écris pas, s'il vous plaît, j'ai une question. Oui, j'ai une question, s'il vous plaît, permettez-moi. Permettez, s'il vous plaît, Ok, je vous fais confiance, merci. Il est là, le Président. Monsieur le Président, bonjour. Je suis Adi Tamen, leader d'un mouvement politique. Je suis Camerounais réfugié et je vous appelle, je vous interpelle aujourd'hui parce qu'au Cameroun, il y a un génocide qui se passe, Monsieur le Président. Il y a la guerre au Cameroun, Monsieur Biya, le dictateur camerounais, 43 ans au pouvoir, 93 ans aujourd'hui, il est en train de pratiquer dans la région du nord-ouest et du sud-ouest camerounais, Monsieur le Président. La dernière fois, vous avez mis la pression sur Monsieur Biya afin qu'il arrête la guerre, mais rien n'est fait, Monsieur le Président. On a des charnières partout au Cameroun, Monsieur le Président. Est-ce que vous, Président de la France, vous êtes d'accord que les droits de l'homme ne soient pas respectés au Cameroun, Monsieur le Président?
D'abord, on respecte les droits de l'homme et la souveraineté de chacun. On a des discussions régulières avec le Cameroun. Comme vous le savez, j'avais lancé une commission bipartite sur notre histoire commune. Les conclusions ont été rendues il y a très peu de temps et qui donnera lieu à des décisions communes. Je vais faire regarder ce que vous dites.
Oui, Monsieur le Président, nous avons pris acte de l'histoire de notre pays, mais nous doutons. Nous, sincèrement, nous, Camerounais, nous doutons parce que l'histoire des personnes dans cette commission sont des personnes de peu de foi et nous ne pouvons pas faire confiance à ça. Le Cameroun aujourd'hui a formé autant d'historiens capables d'être plus lucides dans cette histoire, Monsieur le Président.
Des historiens de très grande qualité qui ont été...
Oui, mais nous doutons, je ne refuse pas leur qualité, mais nous doutons, Monsieur le Président.
Après, ce dont vous me parlez aujourd'hui, il y a des choses graves que vous évoquez, ça je vais faire regarder.
Oui,
et après, je ne veux pas m'immiscer dans le dialogue politique camerounais, c'est normal, vous comprendrez.
Je comprends parfaitement, Monsieur le Président. Même tous les droits de l'homme, vous avez quand même le droit de dire que c'est injuste parce que l'injustice n'a pas de nationalité, ni de souveraineté, ni de pays, ni de couleur de peau, Monsieur le Président. Il y a des prisonniers politiques, Steve Akam, Bibou Nissak, Pascal Zamboué, Alain Fogué, Sissoko Ayutabe, les prisons camerounaises sont pleines, Monsieur le Président. Il y a beaucoup de prisonniers, Monsieur le Président. Merci infiniment, Monsieur le Président. Est-ce que je peux vous envoyer une liste pour les prisonniers politiques pour que vous puissiez...
Envoyez-moi.
S'il vous plaît.
Cabinet, je vais faire regarder.
So you just watch the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, responding to one of an activist there who was very pushful. That's a French Cameroon activist. He was trying to ask Emmanuel Macron, hey, there's a war going on in southern Cameroon. What is the role of France? What can France, why is France silent? What is going on? Why is it that France cannot pass sanction on the dictator, Paul Biya, who has been there for more than 42 years? Why is that France cannot act? Why is at the start of the crisis, we saw the role of France more of supporting La République du Cameroon with training, with different types of ways to fight the enemy, as they said. But later, they came to understand that history is with Southern Cameroon. Everything is with Southern Cameroon. Okay, the legal side is with Southern Cameroon. Everything you want is with Southern Cameroon. How can you argue this kind of evidence? Okay, so France was the one that told La République du Cameroon that the military option, let them try the military option, because France was training some of the military of Cameroon called B. They were the one training them, because you cannot tell people to keep fighting, okay? Because France has the power to tell Paul Biya to stop the fight, to stop the war and go to negotiation. Okay. Now, the issue of economic viability. The reason why Britain and France decided to have a plebiscite for Southern Cameroon was that the economic viability means that they consider Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia then not to be economically strong enough to be by themselves. But the controversy is that all the neighboring countries, like Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, all these countries around, even Congo, the size of the population is not even apart to that of Southern Cameroon. Southern Cameroon is 8 million people. Okay, and the excuse then in 1961 was that they are not economically viable. Is that argument still the same today? Okay, if they said then these people of Southern Cameroon don't have enough, but when you see the political gimmicks that was going on then, you will know that Southern Cameroon was sold. Okay, because look at it this way: the population, the size, and everything of the Southern Cameroon was there already. So just like you're handing something to somebody, right? But how can you say a country is economically not viable when they have already been self-governance? They have already been okay. How can why is it that Southern Cameroon was the only country that had to do plebiscite. Whereas other countries, small, even smaller than Southern Cameroon, were granted independence without joining. Our own independence was tagged by independence by joining. So that issue is what we are going to talk today. I want to bring that so that we can bring up some points. Okay, France has a lot of role to play, like Britain. The historical side of things. Okay, France can just veto because Britain and France are veto powers in the United Nations. Okay, they both have a historical footprint in both Cameroon and Southern Cameroon. Okay, they both have been administering different parts of this region. So how can you say that why are you silent in the first place? Given their colonial past, right? Having both nations that have significant diplomatic pressure powers, because they can veto. Imagine being members of the Security Council. Only 5 countries have that power. Britain and France can say, okay, La Republic, today this is this, but because of the political things that are going behind the scene, different deals going on. Okay, it's difficult. Even to speak, only Britain tried to speak about the human rights violations. I've not heard France talk about human rights violations. Okay, I've not heard them talk, but at least we know that the United Nations, the European Union can be used to advocate for the protection of human rights within this Ambazonia. But we're not seeing France doing that. We're not seeing the UK doing that. Okay, they can push for investigation. They can imagine how many people have been killed. Imagine people are still being killed. Just yesterday, that same Pinyin, we saw about 5 people being killed. The same Pinyin that had the massacre, the Pinyin massacre, 5 years ago. Just 2 days ago, there was killing there again. So, what kind of excuse can France and Britain give? France colonized French Cameroon. British colonized Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia. They have every mechanism, every tool they can use to tell La Republic, hey, stop these human rights abuses, release these prisoners, go to negotiation. Okay, that's the role the British and France can play. Yeah, they can play that prominent role in supporting or facilitating all this peace initiative. But I see where Switzerland came in. I saw Canada came in. Yeah. We saw the other countries. The United States is playing her own role. Okay. They have passed even a resolution, the United States, about this, outlining Resolution 6885 was a resolution that was passed at the Senate in telling the La Republic government to go to negotiation. So if you read if you see the resolution, it was clear. Passed in the United States Senate. What has France and Britain, what can they be proud to say, okay, they have done in this past 8 to 9 years of this crisis? Because they have all the tools in their box to do it. There is no excuse that France and UK can give. If France can help, instead of helping the refugees in Nigeria, asking Cameroon asking the United Nations Human Rights Commission to help with the refugees. They are instead planning with the Nigerian government and Cameroon government to go and arrest our leaders in Nigeria. If that is a role France want to say that they want to play, then they are still then Cameroon is not independent, because I see Cameroon not celebrating her independence. Cameroon need to start celebrating their independence like Southern Cameroon does. If you are a country, you have to do everything like a country. You can't be relying on your colonial masters to help you to do things. That's the fact. We have to talk about this because it's getting out of hand, okay? Yeah, and if we want development in any country, most French Cameroonians still believe that France is another country that they can just go and sleep. They still believe in this foreign countries thing, but you cannot. I mean, what companies? Why is it that they cannot manage companies? I still don't understand why the railway will be run by a French company, Bolloré. The seaport will be run by a French company, Bolloré. The oil will be run by a French company, Texaco. Many other things. Then, even there are some British companies today. So, because both of these countries are benefiting from these contracts that have been signed, it's the same thing that happened even in the British Parliament. They told one parliamentarian was very angry with this in the British Assembly, and was saying that you people know that there's crisis going on in Southern Cameroon, but you are instead going to sign deals, economic deals, instead of helping that region to foster, to help with the root causes. They are going to sign deals, and once these companies go there, they are representing the country. You can't say a British company will go and sign oil deal, or another company go and sign this. But those are signed by those countries. The arrangements are done by the ambassadors. But what can France and Britain say today? The marginalization that was going on, the cultural and linguistic suppression, the socioeconomic disparities. What can France and Britain say? The rules of France and Britain that they can play in Ambazonia is very significant, especially in this crisis. Okay. The advocacy of human rights, the support for peace initiative, the humanitarian assistance, all these are things that they would have been doing. And caution La Republic government, please, this war you are waging on these people will lead to nowhere. The UK and France should take center stage in this war. Okay? Yeah, because all these atrocities, all these killings and human rights abuses needs to be documented. I hope that all these things, crimes committed by this Cameroon barbaric military should not go unpunished, because we're hoping for the best, and all these Cameroon government officials will be held accountable. We have seen the release of some of the prisoners of war, the Taraba 39, the first 30 was released, and the other, that was 2 days ago, we heard about the other, the 7. These are Amazonian people living in Nigeria. The government of Cameroon went and arrested and took to Cameroon. So this has been almost 5 years, no trial, detained incommunicado. Okay, these are people fleeing the war. You go and arrest them, bring them back to Cameroon. Now now you are releasing them because there's no evidence that they were part of anything. They go and arrest them. So that is very important for UK and France to understand, because anything happening, they have this is the urgency of this moment. They have been silent for the past 8 years. Today, we are calling them to take that center stage of this crisis, because they have a role to play. If there is a referendum for the people to decide, Britain and France must push forward, because they were the one that were silent back then. Okay, when all these things were happening, you cannot have a referendum that is about Southern Cameroon. They allow the people of La Republic to vote. Is that free and fair? No. Why is it that the Scottish people in UK have their referendum votes? You never see them fighting. You never see them quarreling. Quebec in Canada has had almost 2 or 3 referendums. So why is it that our own referendum is so difficult to be done? We are calling that if anybody is arguing, anybody doubts that the people of Southern Cameroon want their independence, they should go on supporting the referendum to give the people the opportunity to make a decision for their own future. Okay. Yeah, because I don't see why. Because of France and Britain, the silence, they give La Republic the advantage to say, okay, there's nobody who can oppose me. There's nobody talking against me occupying this land. I'll take it. I'll occupy the land. That is what is going on. So we hope that this is going to change, because we cannot continue to fight a war and nobody counts to really make sure that this thing ends. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much for listening. Please make sure you share as you join, and we'll see in the next episode. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. God bless you. God bless everybody watching. Thank you.